we get asked about this a lot, which is understandable because of the lyrics of the band. And I guess I'll start by saying the question we get asked pretty much every interview: are you a Christian band? And I'm only one of 5 guys, so I'm going to speak for myself on my behalf. But I think basic points of what I'm saying kind of resonate with everybody. Is that I think the answer to that is yes and no. Yes, from what I understand, the guys in the band, including myself, have faith in Christ and on His words. I think there can be subtle differences because we're individuals just like everybody else is. So, as their approach to that. But what I can say is that we're not a Christian band when it comes to the industry, in a sense. Well, we are on a label that's typically under the umbrella of Christianity, sort of, as far as where it's marketed and stuff like that. But typically, we're not trying to be Christian entertainment. So I know there's a whole market, a huge market out there for, if you're Christian, you'll love this. This is Christianity's version of this, secular band or this or that. And to me, that's just not really real. So to me, it's art is art. People make art, people create, and what's in them is going to come out of it. So if what's in us is hopefully our faith, and if there's a desire for that to be translated into our art and the music we create, then yes, call it what it is. But we're not into labels. We're not into calling ourselves a Christian band, but we're not necessarily into calling ourselves not a Christian band. So spirituality is a very important part of the band, but that's what it is. It's a part of it, and but the music is also a part of it, and the creativity is a part of it, and the friendships are a part of it, and hopefully unity with us in the band, the people that travel with us that we love, and family and stuff like that, and hopefully that just translates and bleeds into everything we do, put our hands to, and including the band. We tried to, and our singer Aaron, I think kind of was, one of the, kind of had this idea was to have potlucks at our shows when we're headlining a tour, when it's actually our tour to be able to do this. So we'll have people. We actually have a whole separate MySpace page. I think it's called the MEWITHOUTYOU Eat Team, and people in towns we go to will actually organize amongst themselves a potluck to be organized, to be held when we come to a venue. This way, we get to eat with our friends and meet the people that are coming to our shows. And it's a struggle. I mean, I love the guys in the band. Hopefully we love each other, but there's you're living with these people in close quarters for anywhere from 3 to 6 weeks, at a time, and it can be it can be hectic. But these are people I love and I know love me, so it's good to try to put God at the center of that and just help us to really love each other. And I really have had the encouragement of Aaron and other guys in the band to really be real with each other and not just be existing together, but have intentional purpose for what we're doing. And we try to spread that into our shows by having potlucks and being able to connect with people. Because we're all people. We just happen to be the 5 people that are playing the songs that people come to the show to hear. But we're all in the same world with the same problems and need each other and need God and just as much as anybody else. So I'm not trying to make this sound like some noble mission or we have some mission statement hanging up in the practice space. Like, we're just being ourselves and coming together as friends and creating and hopefully being open to letting God use what we create to shed some sort of hope.
So it's kind of like taking the shellac off of the message.
Yes.
And putting, taking the gloss off the message and making it real.
Yeah. Because to be honest, I think personally, I think that's how it should always be. Whether it's music, whether it's someone speaking from the pulpit, or no matter what kind of work you're putting your hands to that you want to show God in, I just think it should be real because God made us to be real. God made us to create, and God made us to be who we are. But I believe that He also wants to be Himself through us in love and in things that He has for us. But I think that always has to be relatable. It always has to come from a place of where you're at, as opposed to this contrived reality or setting this stage of this unrelatable kind of ministry or this or that. I just don't think that connects with people because we're here to connect with God and connect with each other, and you know, we don't want to come from a place where we feel like we're not teachable, or we're not able to you know, relate to people who don't think the way we do anymore, because I don't think that's how God wants us to relate to each other.
You had a band going on before Me Without You.
Yeah, I've actually been lucky enough to play with most of the guys I play with now. Have been in the same bands in some form or another for past 10 to 12 years. Pretty much ever since I was a senior in high school, I've been playing music with this group of guys. So a lot of them were just kind of bands that never did anything besides playing in the garage or playing a friend's party or this or that. Till about 5 years ago, we had a band, 4 out of 5 of us, everyone except our drummer Ricky was in this other band called The Operation that I sang and played guitar for. Our 2 guitar players now also play guitar, and Aaron, our vocalist in Me Without You, hey kitty, was the drummer. And that was the first band we ever did that actually, you know, had a pretty legit record contract. Well, maybe not too legit, but it was, the label fell through after our first record, but it was an indie label called Take Hold Records out of Alabama that actually, the guy who ran it, Chad Johnson, a good friend of ours, went to work for Tooth and Nail. So he's now our A&R guy for Me Without You. But anyway, yeah, that was fun because that was the first band we did that actually toured, got a little exposure. You know, we got to go, you know, out to the West Coast and back once or twice, down south a few times, and you know, we got to release a record that, you know, we were proud of at the time, and it was kind of it's a different style than we do now. I mean, it's kind of in the similar vein, definitely in the, you know, under the radar kind of indie sounding stuff, but you know, it's finally fun to be doing something that, you know, our musical chemistry that we've kind of built up over all these years, we're doing something that kind of finally works, that we're all happy with, and that, you know, has some momentum. So, Operation wanted to go on to do a different kind of band, as well as still do The Operation. So at the time, it was Me Without You as a side project of The Operation, and Aaron, our drummer, Chris and Mike, our guitarists for The Operation, wanted to do a heavier band. They actually wanted to do more of a kind of almost at the time it was kind of going for like a metal, you know, kind of groove centered heavier band than what we were doing. The Operation was more of a melodic band. Actually, it copied a lot of the sounds that the vocalist. Sorry, I'm stumbling on my words here. Guy who did vocals on our new record, Jeremy Yannick, he used to front a band called Sunny Day Real Estate, and actually, you know, I listened to him a lot back when I was younger. So that was a big inspiration for me for The Operation, was wanting to kind of recreate that band. But yeah, Me Without You was formed out of The Operation to kind of pursue a heavier band, and so Aaron, Mike, and Chris were coexisting in both bands, and then eventually Mike and Chris eventually left The Operation. We were kind of sputtering out as far as our momentum was going. Not much was happening there. And Me Without You was, at the time, I just got signed to Tooth and Nail and was gaining popularity. The Operation was on Take Hold Records, which was eventually bought out by Tooth and Nail. So we really had no label home. And I just thought it was kind of time to do other things, you know, so I didn't really have a problem laying down. I felt proud of what we did, and I had fun doing it. So Me Without You went on to record 2 records with their old bass player, Dan Pishock. And then when he quit, because I guess he was kind of over touring and just kind of wanted to do other things, I jumped on board to pick up the bass and play with them, which was great to be playing with, you know, the guys I've always played with. So the chemistry was already there. There was good, you know, creative chemistry, and, you know, it was easy to work together and have fun and create music and, you know, have good relationships in that. So Me Without You, yeah, really formed out of The Operation, but then even since then has become a totally different band than what it set out to be. It started as a heavier, more abrasive, semi-screamy kind of band, which has kind of more become still heavy at times, but I'd say more of a driving kind of melodic band.